Well, hey everybody, got the new score. You want to see what the difference between this and the Legend is? Stay tuned. So I'm bringing to you a new metal detector to check out, and yeah, they've been out for a little while on the market, but this is the new Nokta score. Now this right here is the lower end of the multi-frequency, simultaneous multi-frequency detectors that Nokta carries, and so this is the score. Then you have the double score. Some of the other nomads and other people on YouTube have been posting videos on the double score, and then also you have the Legend, and the Legend is more or less the flagship detector for Nokta right now, and a great machine. Really enjoyed it. It's found me a lot of bucket listers, really. But I want to show you control box to control box, the differences between these two machines, and that way you can decide, hey look, if I'm looking for a simultaneous multi-frequency detector, then am I wanting the high end that's going to be, you know, above $500, or do I want the lower end that still does pretty much the same or very similar but don't have as many options, and I can get that for under $400. So that's going to be your options, really. So, and then you got the double score. I don't have it. You just have to check out videos on it, but I want to show you the low end of a simultaneous multi-frequency versus the high end simultaneous multi-frequency that Nokta carries. All right, so first things, it's got the battery level on the Legend right there. It's got the battery level, and it also has a battery level here, but it only has 3 little marks for your battery, as opposed to the Legend has 5. And it has, let's look at the modes. You have park mode, field mode, beach mode, and prospecting mode. You got the gold field. As opposed to the score, you don't have the gold field, but you still have park, you have field mode, and you also have beach mode. Let's also look at your discrimination. You can change your discrimination by this little button right down here, and it changes from the F. You see the F there? And you change that, that stands for Ferris. Then you have custom. Then you have all metal mode, and you also have ground, which is very similar to the score. Right now it's in the ground discrimination. You got the Ferris, you have the C right there for custom, and you also have all metal mode as well. Now, one thing that the Legend has that the score does not is, if you'll come right up here and look here, it does not have the date on the score, but it does have it on the Legend. So you'll have to pull your phone out or have to wear your watch to see the time when you're detecting with the score. We've already covered the modes. We covered the battery life, the modes, and also the discrimination. If you look right down here, this is where you can change the frequency from single frequency to multi-frequencies, and there's 3 different settings for that. So you got your Legend, you have multi-1, you have multi-2, multi-3, and also you can change it into single mode, single frequency, 4 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz, 15 kilohertz, and 20 kilohertz. We'll put it back, and then also 40 kilohertz. Change that back to M1. But the score here, it has the M2 listed there. If you look down here, you got this button here. You'll hit this button, and it'll change the M2 to M3, and also 15 kilohertz and M1. So you can only go into single frequency on 15 kilohertz. That's pretty good though. 15 kilohertz is what the Simplex Ultra runs off of. I believe the Simplex series runs off of that. And of course, your up and down buttons here with the plus minus, that controls your sensitivity, and you can control that sensitivity all the way up to, I believe, 30. It's gonna get really noisy for a second. Since I'm in the house, I'm gonna pull it back down, but it goes to 30 different settings, so you can get into really, really fine detail. As opposed to the score, it goes up to level 5. Of course, this is going to be your depth gauge as well. It's going to tell you how deep your target is. And then it's the same over here on the Legend, right there. Now, one thing that you don't see right here, that you see on the Legend, is your Faro check, which is a great feature on the Legend. It's a wonderful feature. Love that feature there, and that way when you go over a target, you can tell whether it's ferrous or non-ferrous. You kind of have to swing it a little quick, a little faster of a swing, but it'll tell you whether it's ferrous or non-ferrous. But the score does not have that, so just keep that in mind. If you're looking at getting a score, it does not have the Faro check. So let's bust open this here settings menu. You hit that button right there to do that. And then over here, you hit this button here, and it opens up your settings. See how not very many settings at all. But over here, you have a whole screen full of them. So this is going to be your detector for somebody who's, you know, advanced in metal detecting or is just now getting into the hobby, but you want the best that you can get. Like, you want all the settings. You want to be able to customize this thing down to the wire, right? Down to everything. Well, the Legend is going to have more settings. It's going to be able to let you do that. So let me slide over here to the first one here. This right here is your noise cancel. And you can noise cancel this machine so that way it can be around other machines. You hear how this one here is making a little bit of racket? Well, the Legend's not doing that because it's been noise canceled. I had both of these machines running. I noise canceled it, and it found just the right sweet spot to be able to run. And it can be near this metal detector right here and still find relics and stuff. So it just gives you that. And it also blocks out other things like EMI. And sometimes the dog, you know, you have an outside dog with electric fence. Sometimes it'll take care of that as well. Overhead power lines, things like that. That's what that does for you. And also, you can slide it over here to the next one. This is your recovery speed. And you got a max of 10. As opposed to the score, you can't do the noise cancel or the recovery speed. Can't change either one of them. But let's look at the next thing. That's the first thing on our menu on the score that's the same. Let me back it out so y'all can see it. I have it highlighted on the score. This right here is going to be your sound, right? So you can turn this thing up at max of 6. I really don't have to have it loud. I can hear pretty well, thankfully. And let's see, the Legend also I think max is at 6 as well. I don't like going over 3. I really don't. It's because it's loud. It's just a loud machine. And I've got headphones on most of the time. All right, so the next thing that's on the Legend, as you see here, is going to be your tone breaks and things like that. You can actually change how many tones. You know, I personally, I had it on 2-tone, believe it or not. But I personally like 60 tone. That's my favorite on the Legend. This right here is to change your iron, how loud you want to hear the iron. And then you can go over here and how loud you want to hear all this as well. And it has a max of 10, of course. And then the next thing is your profiles. If I'm not mistaken, there's 4 profiles on this. And there it is. And what it does, it saves the settings that you have on each mode under each profile. There's 4 profiles. Another thing that you can change on the score that you can also change on the Legend. Of course, you got your volume. And then you have your light, and that's how bright this is. And then also you can change, you can do the Bluetooth. You can have it searching, and it does the same thing. It brings this little guy right here up, and it's searching for those Bluetooth headphones or earbuds. And this right here is your ground suppressor. It is used to eliminate false ground signals in tough terrains. And so I don't really use this that much. But you can use it or whatever, and I need to play with it a little bit more and see if it'll help me find other things in certain areas. But you can change that as well. You can change that as high as, let's see, 8 settings. And then you got one more part of the menu. It's over here. Slide over there to it. You have your vibrate, which, you hear that? I felt it in my hand there. And then you can take it back off. And then you have your flashlight that shines down into the ground. You see how it turned on there? You can see it lighting that coil. It's pretty bright at night. But anyway, that's the menu, and that's pretty much it. I mean, these 2 machines will run very similar because they're multi-frequency. So here's the other stuff on the Legend that you have that you don't have on the score. Of course, it has the vibrate, it has the flashlight, it has the Bluetooth. Here's your clock. You can change your clock and all that. I think I got my time wrong on it, actually. No, that's correct. You can change your timer, and it tells you how many hours of detecting you've done on it. Now, this is a newer machine. The one that Chris has was my original one, and it's got more hours on it, but I've used this one for a whole total of 18 hours. So 18 hours of use on this baby right here. And you don't get that on the score. It won't tell you how many hours of use you've had on it. But yeah, that's your major differences right there between the score and the Legend when it comes to the menus. And again, when you buy this detector, it's going to come with the SC30 coil. When you buy the Legend, it's going to come with the LG30. So it's the same size coil. Now, that one isn't. That's the smaller one. But it's going to come with this size coil on the Legend. But yeah, if you're looking for a metal detector that you can go to the beach with, and you can get in that salty, mineralized soil and that water without it chirping and stuff, the Score will do a great job for you. And it's under $400. And you can buy these at Killico. Everything's down in the description if you want to buy one. If you want to check them out, whatever. These are under 400 bucks. And you get it just like this. It does not come with headphones. You get it just like this. But you can purchase those headphones. But they're low latency headphones. And there's other, I ain't going to say other brands, but Amazon's always an option, okay? So throw that out there. Amazon's always an option. Say you don't want actual headphones, but you want earbuds. I like earbuds. They're lighter. Summertime, it's hot down here in South Carolina. I don't like stuff over my ears anyway. So in the summertime, you always see me with those earbuds on. But other than that, man, I appreciate our audience, appreciate our viewers. It's been, again, it's exciting now on the Nomads team, but there's some events coming up. I need to get those dates out to everybody. You need to get the dates out to everybody to know when the events are coming up. But it looks like our first one's going to be in April. Looking forward to it. But anyway, hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. Reach out to me if you have a question about these machines. Reach out to me. I'll be glad to help. Again, I don't have the double Score. I have the Score. Of course, I have the Simplex Ultra, and I have the Legend. But anyway, hope you have a good day. God bless. We'll see you next time. And always remember to treat other people how you want to be treated. See you.